Okay, welcome to the Giant and Jet Kentucky Derby podcast. I believe this is our third year giving our tips for the Kentucky Derby. This is the 156th running of the Kentucky Derby. It first ran in 1875, so it's got a lot of history. The best 2 minutes in sports, and for me, it's definitely the best sport that I like, and the Kentucky Derby is my favorite day of the year, bar none. Um, to me, looking at the race, there is no sovereignty this year. There's no American Pharoah Secretariat. I think this is a wide open race for the most
Agreed.
part. So I think we'll go like we always do. We're going to go through each horse and tell you why and why not that horse cannot win. And then at the end, we'll give our picks, and then we'll give you some ideas on how to hit the exacta, the trifecta, and the super. So, Nick or Dust, you guys want to start us off with, or you want to say anything, or just go right into the race?
Yeah, I mean, right before we jump into it, I think the three of us. I think between the three of us, we've handicapped tens of thousands of races at this point, and I mean, I've been looking at this since Tuesday. I still don't have a clear choice. This has been really, really hard. It's been fun. A lot of big question marks though. But yeah, I'm super excited for Saturday. So I think we're gonna get a big price this year. That's all I'll say for right now. But Nick, you want to jump into Renegade?
Yeah, let's start with Renegade. If there was going to be a favorite, he was the favorite heading into the Derby. He got, as if people might not know, the Kentucky Derby does an auction, like a draft picks,
Yeah, it's like
like how we do for fantasy.
it's a drawing. Yeah,
They're drawing like lotto balls, whatever it may be, for where you're going to be in the post. So Renegade, the favorite, drew the one hole, which no one's ever won. It's usually a death sentence for horses. Usually you toss them out. Renegade, though, still the betting line favorite. He's 4-1 right now. He has not moved. I think if someone's gonna win from the one, he can do it. If you
I
watched him run in
agree,
the
and
if you watch him run in Arkansas.
it's actually been 1986 since the last time the one hole won,
yeah,
but they did change the um
Good thing.
the
what do you
gate
call
is different
the
now.
gate. They changed the gate about 4 years ago.
Yeah,
It's not like the one gets crushed, but it's still a very, very difficult place to start from.
yeah. I mean, I think the fortunate thing for Renegade is he's not a speed horse, so I think he can sit back a little bit out of the gate and try and dodge a little bit of that traffic. Because, to your point, they made it one long stall, whereas before between 14 and 15, you had like this awkward 8 to 10 foot gap. So now that it's one, you're off the rail a little bit. But the big concern now is 19 horses sweeping down to the inside to save ground. And it just gets really congested. But I don't know. I I think I'm a big fan of history and things like that, and the fact that nobody's won from the one hole in 40 plus years, says something. But I think he had the most impressive prep race. I know everyone talks about Further Ado, but the way Renegade flew home in the Arkansas was
Do you
striking.
see how wide he went?
He was like six wide coming down the stretch.
I Irad just took him. He just Irad, which is my gripe. I think it's why Irad doesn't win. But he just was like, my horse is better. He took him wide all the way out
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
just beat him.
he was
But you
like a
can't
rocket
do
ship.
that.
He was like a rocket ship coming down that lane.
yeah.
But you can't. I don't think you can run him like that to win this Kentucky Derby. And I feel like Ortiz, maybe why he can't win in the Derby. Like he runs his horses like whenever, like he knows it's the best. Like he always knows he's on the favorite, and he takes paths that's like, I'm just gonna beat you out wide.
Yeah,
I don't even want to deal with you people. And he win. You can win a horse. You can win a race with 8 horses like that.
yeah.
But this
Uh,
one, I don't think you
Well,
can just go wide and run. Like, I don't think it's gonna work.
I mean, if you remember a few years ago, he had a horse in the one hole for Mike Rapoli and Todd Pletcher named Mo Donegal. Got smacked out of the gate, ended up finishing 5th. And then what did he do 5 weeks later? He won the Belmont. So, I mean, it's just a tricky post. Is this horse talented enough to do it? I think so, but it's just a brutal place to be, to have to swing wide. And you're going to, I mean, the way he runs, he'll have to pass at least 15 horses coming home. So it's going to be tough.
I agree. I mean, he's got the best trainer, one of the top 2 or 3 trainers in the world, right? Pletcher. He's got the top jockey right now in the country, Ortiz Jr. He's a deep closer. Now, a deep closer in 2017 did come second. Looking at Lee, he kind of runs the same way. So I was looking at that race today.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you saw, they were interviewing someone and he had quarter cracks earlier in the week. So that's a red flag for me.
Sure.
Never wanted Churchill. So even though I like him, I will not put him to win.
Yeah. Here's a little interesting angle for you, Emilio. So, Todd Pletcher usually is a, South Florida, like Gulf Stream kind of guy. He took Renegade to Tampa and then to the Arkansas Derby. The last horse he did that with was Super Saver in 2010.
Really?
Oh, why'd you do that?
I'm sorry. I'm just saying he took Super Saver he ran the Tampa Derby and then won the Arkansas Derby and then took him up to Churchill. But
if he didn't have the one hole, if he was in 10, I think he'd go even money. I think he would go 2-1.
I think so.
Money.
He's so fast. He ran that Arkansas Derby. It was incredible.
Yeah.
The fact that Ortiz took him, Ortiz was borderline arrogant taking him that wide. Like, I'm gonna just smoke these guys.
He wins. His buyer numbers are fine. He had a last time buyer 98. I gave him 191 total buyer number.
Yep, so me too.
He's in the top 6 as far as speed goes in the race. So let's move on. So Nick, what do you think? You're going to put him in or out?
I don't think I'm going to pin him in for first.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think he's going to be there.
I'm going to have him 2 through 4 in my superfecta, I think.
Yeah.
But
if he wins, he wins. I think he'll be in it. I just don't think he finishes versus this. The field's too good. Like, Commandment's we'll get there, but he's going to have to pass so much. It does help with the 2-horse not being he's going to be able to navigate around his field.
Yeah. Should we just jump into the 2-horse now? I mean, I think this will be pretty quick, but
go ahead, Gus.
Yeah, for me, the 2-horse, I'm just tossing him out. I mean, I just looked at the live odds before we hopped on. He's already up to 51-1. I mean, he'll be 700-1 by the time we go off, I think, on Saturday. Kind of a cool story. One of 2 Riley Mott trained horses. Bill Mott's son, of course. I just don't see it. I don't think he's fast. The Wood Memorial was, I think, an embarrassingly weak field this year. And he's a deep closer. So, I don't know. He's a toss for me.
He's a toss for me. I mean, we just said Renegade buyer numbers were 191, 198. He's 167, 83. Yep. So, and we're talking about the 1 hole hasn't won since 1986, while the 2 hasn't won since 1978.
Yeah.
So I think he's definitely a throwout. He's never won at Churchill, and he's gone for me.
I think the only note with Albus is that it's going to help Renegade.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is that Renegade's next to a closer as well. So he's not going to get pushed to get ahead. He can just settle back.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing with 3. So it's it kind of works out for Renegade.
If you believe in magic, 2 is named after Albus Dumbledore. Maybe there's some wizardry there, but I don't think so.
I hope not.
Yeah, I doubt it. Number 3, Intrepido, another toss for me. His buyer figures are better than the 2 Albus. And, I mean, you look down at his last workout on the 26th, and you go, wow, he ran a bullet 4 furlong in 45 seconds, which is ungodly fast.
Which the trainer was not happy about.
He was so pissed off.
He was really pissed off.
I mean,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he made
Yeah.
it very vocal.
It,
he was irate.
yes. He was like ready to rip the exercise rider's head off, I think. But because if you, I was watching the work, I'd wake up every morning, I'd watch all the workouts. You know, every rider has that horse nice and tight where they can't go anywhere. This guy let him go and let him run free. So I think just on that alone, he's a toss. I was going to toss him anyway. I think,
Isn't
that's
this
it.
guy a professional? Why would he let the horse run?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. The broadcasters were like, what is going on here?
Well, his barrier figures are 174.85. So
Yeah.
again, it's well the threshold here for this race is, what did I have it at? The barrier number.
I think you got to have a 90 or above at some point in your
190.
life.
One total 190 or I think it's 180, 180, 180.
Yeah, you want like
you have to have at least a 95 or better to win this race.
Yeah.
And he doesn't come close.
I think the only good thing about him is I think he'll inject a little bit of pace into the race, and that's it.
Right. I mean, neither the trainer or the jockey have been in the Derby.
Yeah.
First two races, Franco, the jockey's been in the Derby. Obviously, Ortiz has been in the Derby.
Yep.
So this jockey's net, and that is a big nut to cross. Because unless you run in a field of 20 horses at a mile and a quarter, with 150,000 people screaming, it's gonna be a little.
It's a lot.
It's definitely intimidating.
Yeah.
All right, Nicholas, take us to number 4.
I have another toss here, number 4. The first of the Baffert horses. I think Baffert's kind of underwhelming in general this year, which is weird. But his litmus test, Baffert Garcia's the jockey. Only thing with this horse, and I highlighted it, is that he does have 95 buyers.
Yes.
In grade 1s and grade 2s.
Yes, like he ran, he came in 4th in the juvenile, but he ran a 95.
Yeah.
Then he came back, runs a 96. He comes off his layoff and hasn't really found it yet. But the way it must be crazy for Baffert, because the way he was running before that layoff in December, he might have thought, I have a real shot here.
Yeah.
And then he comes out and does duds.
He has to go to the front. That's the way he runs.
Yeah.
And he'll be good for about a mile, maybe a mile and a 16th. Then you won't see him the rest of the day.
I mean, they put the blinkers back on him, and you look at his last work. He had a really fast gate drill. That just tells me this horse is going to the front, and he's going to set the pace.
Correct.
I think it's worth noting in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile, the horse that won the race, Ted Noffey, would probably be like, I don't know, 8-5 in this field if he never got hurt.
Right.
That horse was unfreaking believable. And it's a shame he got hurt, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, yes. Also, if you're going to bet the Derby, a horse that wins a Kentucky Derby for the last 100 years has either won at a mile and an 8 or came second at a mile and an 8.
Yep.
Maybe their buyer number is a little bit low, but if you look at the racing form, the first thing I look at has a horse run at a mile and an 8 and he won or he came in second. So he's never won at a mile and an 8 or came second, and neither did the 3. So those are and the number 2. So obviously those are quick throwouts for me.
Yep.
Nicholas, this is it. Commandment. We were there for the Derby, right?
I was rewatching it today. What a race to start.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
And that is the best race of the year.
By far, that's the best one. I was watching them all today again. I was like, the Florida Derby's the race.
Florida as a whole was the best circuit by far this year.
Right.
Like, not even close.
I just don't find anything.
Last year was the best race. It's every year, but the last
every
2
year.
years, the Florida Derby's been like, okay, if you're looking for the winner, that's the race you have to look at first. And Commandment did not disappoint us. So
No.
I think he just checks every box.
Yes.
He just checks every box. Buyer number, trainer,
I wrote here,
jockey.
I'm going down the horses that I like right here.
Yeah.
And I have number 6, I go, nothing wrong.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Just checked every box, everything there.
But all week I'm listening to what these people think, and no one's on him.
It's
Like
weird.
they're all on other horses. To me, have no shot in this race.
And he
I keep
closed.
going back to make sure I'm not missing something. You know,
Yeah.
he's wanted Churchill. He's actually wanted Churchill. He's bred beautifully.
Mhm.
You know what? It bothers me because people keep talking about the Puma and Wallabee. If that was a mile and a quarter, Commandment crushes them.
I mean, you could also make the argument, I think, that, I mean, if it weren't for that last second head bob, and I know this is the way the game goes, but like half a step before the wire, the Puma was in first. Half a step after, the Puma was in first. It was that quick head bob. But you're right. I mean, on the gallop
if it kept going, I think if that goes a little bit further, Wallabee might catch Puma.
Yeah.
And I think
Wallabee was the least experienced of that group.
Wallabee was flying,
Yeah.
and Puma got there first. He got to his position first. He made his move.
Yeah.
And then you could just see the Commandment faster than Wallabee. So to me, that takes him out.
Yep.
And I think if that just goes on a little bit further, it's not a head bob. It's a significant win. But Puma's there. Like, I think those are the three elite horses.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had nothing wrong with Commandment.
Breeding is off the chart. He has Into Mischief, obviously the best sire right now going.
Yep.
Harlan Holiday, who has 3 Kentucky Derby winners out of the Northern Dancer tree.
Yep.
With Mr. Prospector.
Yep.
Right. If that's another thing. If you're betting the Derby, you have to look if they have Mr. P, Mr. Prospector in their genes. #1 sire in the Kentucky Derby history. And the other second one is who? Secretariat. And he's loaded on the bottom with Secretariat. He's got Orb, who won the Derby. He's got AP Indy, Seattle Slew, who won the Triple Crown. I mean, this horse, he's my #1 horse. One of my #1 horses right now.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me a little bit of another Brad Cox horse from a couple years ago named Angel of Empire, who was the favorite going into that Derby. Exact same running style, who came up just a little bit short. Is he better than Angel of Empire? I don't know. We'll see. He's a beautiful horse though, and he's got Amelia, we talked about this when I saw you the other day. Like, if you put a gun to my head and said, pick a horse from this field that's guaranteed to hit the board, it would be Commandment, I think.
I agree.
Yeah. He just checks all the boxes.
Nicholas, did you see? He's the only horse in the race with 200 barrier numbers back to back.
Yeah, it's just, to me, it's
and it's scaring me that no one's picking him because they're making me think of other things. And really,
I freaking hope he goes off 7-1. I'll bet him.
Oh God! I told you today. What I tell you?
Yep.
Yeah.
They give me 7-1 on Commandment.
Take it and run.
I'm going to the bank.
Yes.
I'll be at the window at noon.
Here's a question for you: if the Florida circuit was the best circuit, which I believe it was, can you just take these 3 top horses from the Florida circuit, and let's just say you're a new, handicapper or horse better, box those 3? I mean,
I thought about it.
I would be fairly confident, right?
I'm definitely going to do it. Those 3 those 3 will be in my top 5.
Yeah.
Exacta, Super, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we all like Commandment.
Yes.
Let's take a look at the next 3. Danon Bourbon, a Japanese horse who's won 2 races at 1 mile and an 8, but they were very slow. The average winning time for a mile and an 8 is 1:49 and change. He was 1:50 plus. One of his races he won at 1:53. They don't give you barrier numbers, and they don't even give you workout numbers. So it's hard to figure these horses out. But the jockey and trainer have no experience at the Derby. So for me, he's an easy throw out. would I put him in the super at the back end because he won twice at mile and an eighth? I will do that on my super bets.
Yeah, I this horse scares me a little bit. I mean, first of all, he was bred in Kentucky. I think people should realize that. He wasn't bred in Japan. He was bred in Kentucky, out of Maxfield, 5 for 5 at Churchill Downs, out of Street Sense, who won the 2007 Derby, and I believe was undefeated at Churchill Downs. And he's out of a Tappet mare, so he can run as long as you'll let him. I was listening to someone yesterday, and they have some sort of conversion thing that they use to take the Japanese figures or European figures and spit out a rough buyer figure.
I saw that today. Yeah.
And they said he's somewhere in like the 95 to 97 range for that last race. Do I buy it? I don't know. But he's a huge wild card in my opinion. And they came close 2 years ago with Forever Young. Some people say he's better than Forever Young. If he is, this is a one-horse race. I don't know that he's that good, though.
Like I said,
people have,
go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, people have said like he's close to Forever Young. They like had a race that he ran against like the same race Forever Young, and like he was beating him by 4 seconds or something, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's like
he's the only Japanese horse I think with contention. The other two are out.
Yeah. If he's 3 seconds faster than Forever Young,
right? I saw that. I go, if he's 3 seconds than Forever Young, like
he's 15 lengths better, which there is zero shot that could be true. I think.
No, I saw that. I go, if he's that, he should be 2-1, 1-1. Like,
yeah.
If he's
both his wins, Dusty, came in the mud.
Yep.
By the way, and he had 1 race in October and 2 races this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, his breeding is beautiful.
Yep.
Street Sense won the Tampa Derby that year that he won that race. So
yeah, he's also never raced around a left-handed track before.
Yeah, I got to throw him out.
I was gonna say that he's never ran an
American style race.
He never did. He never ran it.
No. I mean, they'll get one. The Japanese will win a Derby eventually. I just don't know that this is the one.
If anything, if he goes off like 10-1, 15-1, you can just side bet it as a hedge.
Like 10-1. I think
if you want to.
10-1's a little short for me. I think.
I agree. It's just
I'll probably throw him in 3rd and 4th in my super, just because I don't want to miss out on that. But a win bet, I think, is a stretch. But
yeah, I don't have him for 3rd. He'll be in my 4th leg. The next guy that we'll have to look at is really a question mark for all of us because Nick just told me he's at 6-1. So, Nicholas, what do you think about this So Happy?
Well, it's funny because I was going through. No one's talking about this horse. Like I don't see anyone talking about it.
Yep.
And I see Mike Smith as a jockey. I see Super Saver and Run Happy. And I see the 100 buyer, and he wins the Santa Anita. And I go, what happened? And then if you look at it, he's supposed to be a sprinter, but he can go the distance, right? Like that's his pedigree. And they had him running sprints, and then I think they opened him up to the Santa Anita, and he runs his best race. I mean, he crushes Potente, which is a very expensive horse. Potente is supposed to be. I think he went off 2-1 or even odds in the Santa Anita.
Yeah, $2.4 million horse.
And this guy, they might have unlocked him with the distance. He might actually like it, and he could, the 100 buyer to me, you have to look at. You have to look at Mike Smith. It's just, I thought he was going to be 15-1, not 6-1.
Yeah.
Like he shouldn't be favored over Commandment at all. But I think he can win this race.
Yeah, Emilio, what do you think?
Okay. I'll give you my pluses and my negatives.
Yeah.
He did win the Santa Anita, which is a mile and an eighth. That's the Florida Derby of California. It's a very big race. His thoroughbred database numbers are fantastic. Obviously, Mike Smith is a Hall of Fame jockey. The trainer is the sob story of the race. His wife just passed away. She was 57 years old. Um, the downside I don't like about him is that he has a lot of turf on his dam side,
Hmm.
all turf underneath. And his last three races, the horses ran even in the Santa Anita. There was seven horses, and five horses. Now
Small
he's going in
fields.
a race with 20 horses. So he's just not going to be able to do what he did in the Santa Anita, just run, seven horses. You can just run at your leisure and pick your spot and make your move. That's not going to happen this race. And for that reason, I don't think he's going to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at it just on paper and you see, yeah, 100 buyer, and then he ran a 96 and a grade 2, but it was at 7 furlongs. And then you see Run Happy, champion sprinter. I mean, I think the one thing you can kind of hope for is he's got Blame on the bottom side, who did win the Breeders' Cup in
Yes.
2010. But I think distance is the biggest question with this horse. Also, Mike Smith's going to be 60 years old here in a
I
couple
know.
months. Like,
It's funny when you look at his. If I looked in the racing form and I saw Run Happy, I would throw him out. But
sure.
if you do a deep dive, like you said, Blame, Arch,
Yep.
Roberto on the girl side.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any secretariat, which to me, he does have Prince,
Yep.
which is the granddaddy of distance running. And he had Super Saver. Super Saver is my horse. I hit that big derby with him, but it was in the mud.
Yeah.
Super Saver turned out to be a very good mud horse. So if you're at the track and the track is a little off, rain, and you see Super Saver, you definitely got to throw him in.
Yeah.
So
It's also the trainer's first Derby, so I think
first
there's a
derby.
little
So
inexperience on his. I know he's a great trainer out in California, but I mean the Derby's a different beast. So
the biggest red flag is the amount of horses that he was running against in each race. Like
yeah,
seven, a horse with 7 fields in the Santa Anita. Can you imagine him going in the gate with 20 horses?
yeah,
That has to affect his mind.
yeah,
Has to. So
He did break
unfortunately,
his maiden with 10.
yeah. And
he
to Nick's
did.
point, he beat Baffert's $2.5 million horse Potente last race.
Yeah, I don't think
Look at his maiden win, Winston Avenue, expensive Baffert horse.
But you know
Next
what,
race,
Nick? When he
next
won
race.
he won that race, it was a 6.5 furlong.
I
So
know. I'm just saying.
deep down, he's a sprinter.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like
Yeah, but you say that, but then mile and an eighth, he was fucking running.
right. His second race, the grade two San Vicente, he beats
It's
Butane, an
he's
expensive
a
Bob
dilemma.
Baffert horse.
He's a dilemma for sure.
I mean, he's been killing Baffert.
Yeah. Baffert's probably
Killing
got
Baffert.
$100 million worth of 3-year-olds in his barn, and he's beaten all of them.
And he had
All of them.
You see that workout that they had on 417?
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh yeah.
He had a bullet work on 417. So anyway, yeah, he's one of my top 6 that I have between now and Saturday about 3 o'clock to figure out before I actually make my bet. So
Yeah.
Nicholas, we have the Puma, who had 100 buyer also. He was in the Florida Derby and came second. His trainer and jockey have both won the Kentucky Derby. Castellano is a Hall of Fame jockey. He's super loaded in his breeding. He's got a lot. He's got War Front on his bottom. War Front is a champion turf horse.
Yep.
So he definitely can get the distance.
He's got Tap It. He's got Essential Quality.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys tell me why he's going to win this race.
I mean, you look at it and you say, same exact connections as 2023 winner Mage. Same trainer, same jockey, same ownership. Well, actually, the owner of Mage is the bloodstock agent for the people who bought this horse. Interesting connection. And I think if he and Mage ran in a race, he beats Mage by 15 lengths. So it's funny, when we were talking about the Florida Derby, I did not like this horse because I thought the Tampa Derby was a little weak. but he did beat Further Ado, who had visually maybe the most impressive prep race in the Bluegrass. I think he's a serious threat here. I got him at 194 with his last buyer being 100. Yeah. If he wins, it's not going to surprise me at all. Am I going to pick him to win? I still have no idea. But he's he's a big horse too, which is good.
Is he?
Yeah, oh yeah. He's not one of these horses that'll get jostled around in traffic too much. He's got some muscle to him. So, and I think his running style is perfect for what this race is setting up for. He's not going to be on the lead. He's a stalker. He'll be in that second group. He'll be able to just rate the pace a little bit and make his move when he's ready to go. So I expect to hear his name at some point in those top 4 or 5 horses coming down the stretch on Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be him and Commandment.
Yeah.
It's going to be him and Commandment. They're all next to each other. So,
like I said, if it weren't for just the baddest beat on a head bob ever, he wins the Florida Derby. And then I think he might be the favorite in this race. Instead of 10 to 1,
he beat Further Ado.
Yeah, instead of 10 to 1, I bet he's 5 to 1, 4 to 1.
He did get smoked by Renegade, but that was in February.
Yeah,
he's gotten better. He's an ascending horse. He's getting better every race.
That's the key. Looking at the Kentucky Derby, you want horses that are the buyer numbers are going. Like he didn't go from an 80 to 100. He went to a 94 to 100. So that's a great sign.
My fear is that maybe the Florida Derby was his peak.
Yeah. Do you guys ever use thoroughgraphs at all?
No.
So thoroughgraphs are, they take into consideration a lot of the things the buyer figures do, but then they'll take in like how much was the wind blowing and all these other things. But basically the lower the thoroughgraph number, the better. So if you look at his last 3 races, I think he went 8-4-2. Now that correlates with his 83, 94, 100. So either way you look at it, yes, he's progressing into the race. Is 100 his best race? Could be.
That's his 4th one in the season. Like usually they peak around 4, 3 to 4. That 3rd or 4th race is usually the horse's peak. Like that's like winning the Triple Crown is so impossible because you have to keep being great.
That's a good
point, 7.
That's a good point. I'm trying to go off him.
Like Commandment's going on his 4th.
I think the distance further he goes, it's going to hurt him.
Yeah, like when we're betting the Derby, we got to figure out little things. Like, in my opinion, like Puma's going on his 5th now of the season. Commandment's going on his 4th. So Commandment might be a little bit fresher. He might have a little bit more. And that is the difference. We're talking inches here. I mean, how this is going to end. And that's where I'll lean towards Commandment. Like little edges I'm trying to find, when you're doing this.
I mean, Essential Quality did win the Belmont at Belmont. So at 1.5 miles. I mean, he's got pedigree to go long.
He wasn't slowing down in the Florida Derby. I don't think he was getting faster. I think Commandment was getting faster.
Derby. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I'm not a big Essential Quality or Tab. Tabit's a great distance sire, but he's never produced a Derby, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have to move along here because it is getting late. So let's try to make a Wonder Dean number 10. So we so far we definitely like the 8, 9, and 6, right? And the 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we all agree there. Well, let's move on to the 10. And Wonder Dean, I have no bid. I have nothing to say. He did win at 1.8 miles back in Japan on September 25th. He's just a throw out for me.
Yeah, I have nothing on it.
Yeah, I saw a shot of him yesterday, the day before. He and Danon Bourbon walked out on the track together. He looked like a yearling next to Danon Bourbon.
Really?
I mean, he is a tiny horse. I don't know how much I buy into the UAE Derby. I mean, a couple of years ago, there was a horse trained by Aidan O'Brien. Everybody was big on Mendelssohn. Anyone care to tell me where Mendelssohn finished in the Derby? You guessed it, last. So, I mean, I don't think if Danon Bourbon's not the Japanese horse to win, this
Yeah,
horse
it's a
certainly
fade.
not. He's out.
I'm
He's out.
curious, Emilio, you mentioned Incredibolt. I've seen him. People keep mentioning this guy, Incredibolt,
Yeah.
number 11.
I actually really like him a lot. If you throw out the Holy Bull where he got bumped at the rail,
Yeah.
He's pretty much won 3 out of the 4 races. The Virginia Derby, he won at with a 147, which was a very fast time. I'm not saying he's going to win. He's not my long shot pick, but if you are betting tries and supers, number 11 has to be in there, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you're looking
And he won. Dusty. He won 2 races at Churchill Downs.
Yes.
2.
One of them a grade 3.
He loves it there.
Yes.
So just keep that horse in the back of your mind.
But he hasn't raced anyone in this field. That bothers me. I like to see people beating each other or losing to each other.
I agree with you 100%.
I mean, how much stock do you take in the Virginia Derby too? I mean, it's not even a graded stakes race.
0.
So
I
sure.
mean, you take stock. I think you take stock in the time.
Just if you're betting a try or a super, you have to include him. You got to include him at least for 4th.
Yes.
But he's going to pay big money.
Yeah.
Big money. He's probably going to go off at 30, 40 to 1.
Yeah, he's at 27 to 1 right now. So we'll see. On to 12, Chief Wallabee. I think he's the wise guy horse this year. I'm just gonna.
I do too.
I'm just gonna say that. So
scares the crap out of me.
So
no, he could win. This guy can win. I mean, call me crazy. Why don't we just?
So Nick, tell me why he can win this race. Tell me. Go ahead.
Dusty or me?
No, you.
Why? I want you and Dusty to tell me why he can win the race, and I'll tell you why he can't.
All right, Nick, you go first.
Alvarado, William Mott, Constitution, Tappet, 100 buyer, 99 buyer. I thought he was accelerating in the Florida Derby. He was closing really, really well. The workouts aren't great, I guess. You could say that would be my whole. He's got it. He's got everything else.
You like the Chief Wallabee?
I don't love him. He was tossed out on Monday, but now I keep going back, and I'm like, I can't toss.
Like, Dusty, tell me why he's going to win this race.
I mean, I don't think he's going to win this race. I mean, you look at that last workout. If you watch the video of it, it's more impressive, I think, than the time will tell you. He looked big, fast, really imposing. This is the other thing I found interesting. How often does Bill Mott win first time out? It's not a lot. He doesn't aim these horses to win first time out. He likes them to get a little more experience. And this horse went out and beat the Puma. Okay, we'll take that. Lost by a neck to Commandment. Ran 100 buyer in the Fountain of Youth, going a mile and a 16th. Okay. And then we all know he finished 3rd in the Florida Derby. I think he's super inexperienced still. What I do not like, they're putting blinkers on. Do you know there has been one horse that has either added blinkers or taken blinkers off going into the Derby to win? And that was in 1993. Sea Hero, whose statue is at Saratoga, by the way, took the blinkers off. Now, Bill Mott knows a hell of a lot more than I do. So maybe he thinks this is enough to focus this horse up, maybe make him a touch faster, and maybe it gets him home. I just think it's weird to make these adjustments going into the biggest race of the year. If you have total confidence in your horse, you don't change a thing. So I found that move to be a little curious. Again, he's one of the 5 horses that you look at and you go, yeah, I could see it if he wins.
Well, here's the reasons why I don't like him. First of all, yes, he has the blinkers on, Dusty.
Yeah.
Right? That's a big red flag. The 12th hole was only produced 1 winner since 1971. He's never won at Churchill Downs. He's never won at a mile and an eighth. His index number, his thoroughbred index number is 132, which no horse in the history of the Kentucky Derby has ever won over 1.05. So I'm looking at the horse where you get every horse. They give you all his, breeding numbers and everything. It's just, but I do love Mott, and I do like Junior.
Yeah.
Those two have made me a lot of money. Anytime they're together, I bet them. Gulfstream, Saratoga, Aqua. If I see those two guys running, you bet them you're going to win some type of money.
I mean,
the only reason I hate to throw them out, because I brag about Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado, that they always win. But he's got too much turf on the bottom also.
Yeah. I
think he can come. I think he could be in the money.
Also, I mean, with the exception of the last couple weeks, because they're just not allowed to train together, he trains with Sovereignty. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've trained together a few times in the morning. Now, when you go to the Derby, obviously only Derby contenders can train together, right? But I have him as an underneath horse again. The blinkers, like I said, is the biggest red flag here.
I just think Commandment beats him. That's why I'm not going to put him in first.
Commandment beats him and beats him going away.
Yeah.
Wallabee.
He beat him twice already.
Wallabee made his move into the turn, and when you saw it first, you go, "Oh, he might have a shot here," and then he just didn't have that kick. No,
when you're watching it, they're both moving down to chase Puma, and Commandment was just faster. It's just better. So, in my brain, Wallabee can be in for third. Maybe you want to play him in second, but he's not going to win.
Yeah. All right. 13, Silent Tactics, scratched out. We all know that, which really sucks. I think he had a big race.
He was my
big
horse,
race brewing.
Fortunately.
But, Mark Cassey said hopefully we'll see him in the Preakness. So
the number 14 horse is a Bob Baffert horse. The jockey's never been in the Derby.
It's a really expensive horse.
426. He's never been in Churchill. He came second in the Santa Anita. He's only had 3 races. He had a 95 buyer in the Santa Anita, but I am definitely going to throw him out.
Is this Medina Spirit?
Yeah, honestly, this is exactly what I was thinking. This is my horse. This is my
disqualified.
Potente.
Medina Spirit ran a 95, came in second. Was this horse Baffert?
Potente is my horse to win. He's my pick. I'm just gonna say it.
Really?
Listen. I get
Spirit? It. Is this the same thing?
I've been listening to Bob Baffert. He has been talking about this horse the same exact way he's talked about Medina Spirit. He's talking about Litmus Test more than he's talking about Potente. And he lost the Santa Anita Derby. He broke so well and got out onto the lead. And Baffert said he's not a horse that wants to be on the lead. He wants to be in that second group. Okay, I can look at that. You look at his workouts. We talked about it with Intrepido, maybe going a little too fast. He ran 5 furlongs in 57-4. That's like race time speed. If you watch that workout, the exercise rider is trying to make him slow down. He was just screaming across the track. And then they said when he finished up, he took 2 deep breaths and was like, okay, let's go again. You look at the workout before that, classic Bob Baffert workout. Takes him 6 furlongs and usually rides them pretty hard. That's usually a big stamina workout for them. I like to see that. With the way the field seems quite wide open, obviously you got to get the trip. All signs are pointing to a massive race for this horse. He's out of Into Mischief, who we talked about. Into Mischief colts have won 3 out of the last 6 Kentucky Derbies. You look at the dam side. He's got Awesome Again, Breeders' Cup winner back in the 90s. He's out of Sweet Sting, whose mother, Perfect Sting, won the Breeders' Cup filly and mare, going 1 mile and 3/8. you've got distance on the bottom. And just the way Bob Baffert's talking about this horse, it just gives me Medina Spirit vibes. Now, we know Medina Spirit cheated.
Yes.
But I mean, you don't
what's
pay
stopping Baffert from
2.4.
cheating again? It paid.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what? I'm going to take a look at him.
Medina Spirit, I remember it ran a 95 buyer and came in second.
yes.
And then he popped out.
Then he took them
105.
gate to wire. Gate to wire.
Gate to wire. Remember, he got on top and never stopped. He just kept going.
Yes. Yes. That was a massive exacta, by the way. It's 12-1 over 27-1. Huge.
Yeah. I didn't have it.
Me either.
Got to watch him. Got Secretariat right there. Got Mr. P. All right, we'll have to. I don't think he's going to win, but I'll definitely take a look at him when I'm putting my my tries and supers together.
Yeah, I mean, you might be looking at me at what the race goes off at 7.
I got a 95 buyer last out.
It's the same thing.
It's like if you have a 95 buyer or better, you can win this race.
We did the same thing with Medina Spirit. We looked at 95. They came in second. We were like, toss.
There's a really good chance at 7:03 on Saturday, I text you and I say, well, wow, I was really wrong. But I'm taking a shot this year. I mean, last year I found it to be really easy. It was a 2-horse race.
Yeah, last
Journalism, sovereignty, pick one.
Pick one, exacted, 2. Like last year, we should have just done those 2, 1, 2, and then you could have just done all.
I think my super, I did sovereignty in first, and I did journalism Baeza because he was the only other threat, and then I did like 6 horses in third, and then all in fourth, and of course, Final Gambit got up to close at like 12-1 in fourth, and then Owen Almighty in fifth was like 45-1.
I know.
It kind of ruined my bomb there.
Kind of ruined it.
Whatever. I still cashed the ticket.
To talk about Baeza, I think we do have a version of Baeza in this field in emerging market.
Yeah, who wants to start on him? Because I've got a lot of things to say.
I was on it. I am fading him. I'm fading that whole Louisiana Derby. It sucked. I was watching it. It looked terrible. He looked immature when he was running. They were bumping each other. I have no way he's going to handle a big field.
All right. Well, I mean, he's got a great jockey. He had a bullet workout on 418, right? But for me, he's got no Secretariat in his line. He's only had 2 starts. He's heavily bred by Stormcat, which is speed.
Yep.
He may be good. I just can't bet a horse that only ran twice. And the last time a horse that only ran twice was like
1883.
1883.
Leonidas. 1883.
I mean, he's not Justified.
Yeah.
Justified didn't run as a 2-year-old, but he was a monster. He won the Triple Crown. This horse is not Justified.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not betting emerging. So, I don't even think I'm going to put him in at all. I don't think he comes in first, second, or third.
Not only would he be the first horse since 1883 to win with 2 career starts, he'd be the first horse ever to win for his 3rd career start to be a Kentucky Derby win and to have not raced it too. He didn't race it too.
No.
Chad Brown said he was gearing him up, ready to race over the summertime, and then got hurt.
No, we lost Nick.
I'm here.
There was
I can't
apparently he had a stall accident and cut himself around 4th of July. They had to take him back. Aimed him towards the fall meet at Aqueduct, then got pneumonia. The horse never ran it too, unless he is just in the way.
No, he's not
Chad
Justified.
Brown,
I always go back to Justified because he didn't run as a 2-year-old Justified.
Yeah,
and he was, and to this day I still think about why I left him out. I'm a history buff.
Yeah,
so I look at things like that, and I left Justified out of the win hole just because of that. But first of all, and Justified had 105 buyer twice.
Yeah.
So this horse doesn't come close. So I'm out. 15.
Yeah, I mean,
and remember, guys, the 15 now is the 14.
Yeah.
Right, because the 13 was scratched. So every horse from 15 becomes 14, 16 becomes 15. So they all move up in the chute,
Yeah.
right? So they get better position now. So those horses that were supposed to be 20 now move up a slot. So it's going to help them all. I don't think it's going to help him.
Yeah, Chad Brown is like
I'll be right
speaking
back.
really highly of him, but I don't know if it's just trainer talk or what. I just don't see it.
I feel like people are betting him because of Pratt and Chad Brown and the
Yeah.
combo, and Pratt hits in the Derby. I get it. I get it. It's just like
I think that I think his Tampa number is a little inflated too. I mean, if you watch the race. I mean, they beat the third place horse by like 15 lengths. Power Shift is a Rapoli horse who's actually running on the undercard. It's either tomorrow or Saturday. But I agree. To go from a 97 to a 90 and to say he's improving, I think is tough. I mean,
yeah, I just didn't like that race. The Louisiana Derby just didn't look good to me. Like the next horse, 16, Pavlovian, I'm just not a fan
First of all, in
either.
that emerging market, Chad Brown is a turf trainer. Now,
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not a great trainer, but his thing is turf. If this horse was on grass, I would include him, but he's not.
I'm going to bet his filly tomorrow, though, in the Oaks.
I don't blame you. So why don't we look at the 16, which is now the 15, and Nicholas, I don't like him. He's ran 10 times. He's never won at Churchill. Um, I don't see him at all. O'Neill has
I don't
in the
either.
Derby.
It's weird that he's in the Derby.
And he's got the blinkers. I think he's got blinkers on too, right?
I don't see it
No.
in the form.
No.
No, he's raced with blinkers the last two. Yeah, he does wear blinkers.
Yeah, he's wearing blinkers.
Yeah.
He's saying that he's a different horse now since the blinkers, but he's running on the lead. I don't even think he's going to get the lead, so I think he's a throwout.
Yeah, I think he'll help set the pace, but he'll be gone by a mile and a 16th.
All right, so Mike's got to go soon, so we got to kind of move it along.
That's not
We
true.
can toss out the 6 speeds
I haven't-
Japanese.
I have until 7. You guys are fine.
Oh,
The 17 is a complete throwout for me. Another Japanese horse. He's a sprinter. So he's never even run a mile. He hasn't even run at an 8. He ran at a mile and a 16th, and he came second.
he ran a mile and 3/16. Yeah, I mean,
Was it 3? Oh, 3/16, right.
Yeah.
He's by Giant Causeway, which is a turf horse.
yeah.
So I don't see him.
The one weird thing to me is if you look up at top, it says he's a dark brown 3-year-old colt born in April, Keeneland September 24 sale, $50,000. This horse was sold privately for like $1.5 million somewhere in the last year or so. So someone along the way sees some sort of some quality here. I agree. He'll be at first call, he'll be in first place. He's gonna fly out of there. But yeah, other than that, he's a total toss for me. I just found out like I found that sale price to be interesting, but not a serious threat at all.
He qualified for the Derby, so the owner put him in. You're going to see this horse down the line, probably going to do really well. His sire is not this time, which is a top sire.
Yeah.
And Giant Causeway is the best turf sire in the world. So you'll see him in a lot of really, really big turf races in the future.
We'll see him over the summer, I think, in some big
100%.
sprint races.
Okay, so now the question mark in the Kentucky Derby this year is the 18 horse. By far, there's no doubt about it. Either he wins the race or something happens. He won the Bluegrass. You know what, Nick? You tell me about Further Ado. I have a lot of thoughts in my head, and he was my top horse, and now he's not. So I'm all confused about him.
Yeah, I don't know. The 106 stands out. And I don't even know if it's in a good way or a bad way. It stands out, though, because it's just such a high buyer. Took him 3 races to break his maiden. I don't love that. You know, is he a real championship horse? Is not taking 3 times to break. He's only won in Keeneland. He's only really raced well in Keeneland. He broke his maiden there, and he came back and ran that crazy buyer. He did come second to the Puma, so he can run. You know, he is Brad Cox. He is Velasquez, gun runner. He was a winner. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know if he's gonna win. I don't know if he can close this field. I think I don't love deep closers.
He's not a closer at
He's
all.
not.
He's not
He's
a
not
closer.
speed. I wouldn't say he's speed.
No.
He's a stalker. He's a
He's
He's a
stalker.
stalker.
Brother, he's going to break from the 17 hole, which, believe it or not, has never won a Kentucky Derby ever in 156 years. So unfortunately, he was the 18. But I'm not going to count that because he's going to be 18, even though he's leaving from the 17 hole. I like that Johnny V's on him. Johnny V, he's the Hall of Fame jockey, Johnny Vasquez. He's won at Churchill, Nick. He won
Grade
at
2
Churchill in
Kentucky
November.
Jockey Club.
Yes. I was listening today. He's a
He ran
really
82.
he's a really small horse. He's on the
Yes.
smaller side. So he could get knocked around a little bit. That 106 buyer. Before that, he had a 92 and then an 82. So, for guys like us, when you see something like that, that tells us that he's gonna bounce.
Yeah.
That's not a real 106 at all.
Yeah. I was reading yesterday that out of that grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club race, he got sick. So they sent him out to the farm just to like rest and relax for a while. So the Tampa Bay Derby obviously being his first race back, I don't know that they expected him to win. I just think they wanted a race under his belt. And then I think they were pointing towards the bluegrass the entire time. So everything suggests a really big bounce. I mean, that would be he is American Pharaoh if he improves off this 106. But I mean, I think you could win this race with a 102, 103. So
But
even a slight regression, I think he's the fastest
Pharaoh
horse.
was running 100 buyers all along.
Yeah. Yeah, but
And
he's either going to win first by 4 lengths or he's going to be 12th. I mean, there's no in between. I don't.
He can win.
Yeah, he's a serious contender.
He can win.
And that jockey knows how to win the Derby. I
Yeah.
think he's won 3. So, and he's going to be he's fast enough because he's leaving from the 17 hole to get really good position. Like he can be laying 5 or 4 up the backstretch and then turning for home, he can make his move. Whether he can hold on, I think turning for home, he's going to be in the lead. Whether he can hold it or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure.
there's also no speed to his outside, which is a good thing for him.
No, he's fine.
He won't have any horses coming in on him. So,
he's going to be laying off 4th to 5th up the backstretch. When they turn home, he's going to make his move. And then we'll see if that 106 is real or not.
And most of his horses to the inside are speed. So they might go and clear. He might just drop right down in and save ground. And he might be
exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I think he's going to be there, and somebody either has to come up and beat him, whether it's going to be Commandment or the other closers, Renegade, or my next horse, Golden Tempo, which is my long shot of the race. He reminds me so much of Rich Strike. He's got Ortiz on him, the younger brother. He's a mad closer. He's already run in a grade 3 and 2 grade 2. He came first in the Lacombe in a grade 3. Then he came third and third. He's going to be flying down that stretch. And if you watch the Louisiana Derby, Ortiz, instead of keeping him on the outside, he made a move to the inside.
Mhm.
What was that?
Everyone said that was crazy.
Yeah.
What was that move?
Why did he do that? This horse is begging. He's got the best. He had the best thoroughbred data of any horse in the race. Mr. Prospector, 17%. Northern Dancer, 9%. He's my long shot. I'm going to put him probably to win or probably second or third. So go ahead, you guys.
He's only raced the one track. It's weird.
Yes, Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind
Which
of
is
like
a dump. Which is a dump. I know that.
Yeah.
He just
I don't love the
reminds
deep
me of so
closer
many
and-
deep closes that have either come second or third in this race.
Yeah.
I don't think he can win. I think he can come in third.
Yeah. Apparently he's got some
Foot issues.
cracking on his heels, which I guess would be like if you got a cut right here on your hand and it's just kind of awkward and uncomfortable.
Like red flag. Where is it? Red flag, foot issue, right there.
Yeah. So that
does
kind of
one.
turns me off a
And
little
one
bit.
some of them have a couple of these horses have some issues going into the race.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's going to be a huge price. We'll see.
You take a look at his last two works. They're fantastic.
They're great.
His last two works are off the charts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Do you have any concerns with him not having a listed workout at Churchill Downs or no?
no, not
Yeah.
at all. I
I don't either.
He's gonna have make one move,
Yes.
right? That's it.
Yep.
He's gonna be flying down the stretch at the end, and he'll come second, third, or fourth. I guarantee you.
Yep.
Guarantee.
Oh shit. All right.
All right. Full effort, scratched, unfortunately. I thought he was going to be my long shot pick, my other long shot pick. People were saying, oh, well, he never ran on the dirt. Jeff Ruby Stakes. I mean, I think the Jeff Ruby's are getting better and better each year. But, I mean, he's not running, so it doesn't matter. So we can talk about the you even want to talk about these also eligibles? I mean, these guys are just absolute dogs.
They stink.
Dog.
One's a maiden.
Yeah, Ocelli's a maiden.
You would think they would have better horses than these two.
Well,
horses.
that 24 would have been a dangerous one. The Corona.
He's got 6 Kentucky Derby points. 6.
I know.
6 qualifying points. I've never seen that in my life.
They're the only eligible one that I would have had to look at is Corona de Oro, but
He's
he's
fast.
not in.
He's fast.
That's what I'm saying. No, like out of them all, I
Yeah.
guess I would have. Great White's a big horse. He's kind of a fat ass.
He's
Cool to
intimidating.
look at. He's great to look at, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's running in this race. The maiden, I don't think so.
There hasn't been a maiden to win the Kentucky Derby since 1933.
Yeah, at that point we can just say never.
Yeah.
At that point we can just say that never happened.
Although Sir Barton in 1919 won the Triple Crown with winning the Derby as a maiden. Just saying.
So,
I'd like to see it.
probably one of the greatest horses in history.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying too. It's like unless this guy is Sir Barton, which I don't think he is.
At that point, it'd be cool to see it. I'm
Sure.
here for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got me.
Okay, gentlemen, let's go. You want me to go first, or you guys
Yes.
want to go?
Take it away, Emilio.
Okay, so if they're all said and done, I am going to go with my long shot, Golden Tempo, to win the race. And I like Commandment and Further Ado to come in second. So my triple exactor is going to be 19, 18, and 6.
Okay. Are you just boxing that or?
I will, yeah, I'm going to box those 3 and the my exactor try, and then I'll fill out my super with them.
Yeah.
obviously I'm gonna have a lot of other horses in
Right.
third and fourth, right? The 6, the 9, the 12. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna ignore them, but not, Mike likes to have us give a winner. And
Yeah.
I think the 19 is going to be the long shot. There's no great horse in this race.
Mm-mm.
None.
You know,
Anyone can win this, not and anyone. There's 7 or 8 horses that can win this race, and I think we're going to see a long shot.
you want to know something crazy? The best 3-year-old race that's going to be run on Saturday is the Pat Day Mile. You've got
Really?
2 horse Englishman, who is an absolute stud, and then you've got a Bob Baffert horse, Crude Velocity, in there. That might be the best race of the day
Now,
for
look at
3-year-olds, or
Saturday.
at least those 2 3-year-olds. That being said, I am going to stick with the 14 Potente. I get Medina Spirit vibes here. I mean, I know the last 4 or 5 years, you've had closers win the Kentucky Derby. I mean, Renegade is my biggest fear of all the closers. He's got to get the trip from the 1 hole. I mean, if he beats me, he beats me. But I'm looking for a bomb here. So I'm going. My trifecta is going to be the 14 over the 1 Renegade, the 6 Commandment, and then 9 Puma, 18 Further Ado, and then third place will be those same 4 horses. And I think I'm going to throw Wallabee in there and Golden Tempo. So it's going to be an expensive trifecta, but if it pays,
He kept going.
yeah, I mean, and then no, and then we'll build a super from there, and we'll make it a little more economically efficient. But
Well, I think we just did the exercise. Why is Commandment not the favorite? You two did not pick him. I will pick Commandment. He will be my main horse. I honestly was going in with So Happy, but now I might be flipping to Potente.
I know.
So I would say
Duffy just screwed my whole head up.
now I'm thinking, well, because he was
completely
on
out.
Sovereignty last year too. Now he's got my head all jammed up.
listen. Last year, I would love to go. Hey, look at me! I picked the Derby winner last year. That was so unbelievably easy. The Super was the challenge. The winner was easy.
You know, the funny thing with Potente is I went to cross him out, and then I
hit
crossed
the
out my
Super.
cross out. I go, whoa, this is, and I literally go, is this Medina Spirit?
Yeah.
Like he did the same buyers, the same shit. I guess I'm just gonna do 4 horses to keep it simple. I'm gonna do the 6, the 8, the 14, and the Puma 9. I'm fading. I think I'm gonna right as of right now. Further Ado is not in my top 4. But he could be back. But right now, I think it's gonna be Commandment. I have Commandment. That's where I'm really feel confident with, and I guess Potente.
If I were to die on a hill, that's a good hill to die on, Nick.
I'm definitely going to throw in Golden Tempo because it's reminding me of when Emilio hit that Super Saver race. People always talk about Super Saver. They don't talk about that Ice Horse that came in second.
Icebox.
It was 30-1.
Yeah, I mean, Super Saver was what, 9-1? I mean, he wasn't that long of a price.
No, Icebox at 35 or I think 31 or
Which
35.
ridiculous because he came second in the Florida Derby.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. Golden Tempo will be in. Like I can probably see myself doing Commandment and Potente.
It'd be nice to hit another $120,000 super.
I wish
that would be nice.
It'd be nice if we could all hit it, but we're all on different horses here, so that's not going to happen.
Right.
There's chaos right now. There's definitely chaos.
May the horse be with you.
You know what they say: where there's blood in the street, there's opportunity.
There it is. Where the horse be with you all. It's gonna be a good Derby.
By the way, real quick before we leave, I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy, but everybody in the horse racing world hates Mike Rapoli.
I know.
I don't know that it's such a, just a coincidence he drew the one hole here.
What's going on?
This gives me
I don't like that guy.
This gives me like New York Knicks frozen envelope in the lottery to draft Patrick Ewing kind of vibes, right? Like, did that sheet have a little mark on it? Like, hey,
I think I think they did this on purpose to bury him.
hate
Yeah.
Years
that
ago,
guy,
they
man.
scratched probably one of the best horses, Forte, for no reason.
Crazy.
Um,
Crazy.
It's just hey, how does he wind up in the one hole? It's crazy.
He was the second horse drawn too.
Yes.
Crazy. Crazy,
Anyway,
crazy.
all right, guys, I gotta go. Have a great night, Michael, Nick, and Dust.
See you,
And,
boys.
We'll talk.
All right.
May the
See you,
horse be
everybody.
with you on Saturday.
Okay.